And welcome into Bon Appetit. You know, some of the best recipes we ever have in our lives come to us handed down from generation to generation by the family. Well, same things happen in restaurants, by the way. And of course, right now, I'm going to show you a picture of a beautiful young lady. Her name is Deli Barranco, personal friend of mine, and I used to call her Sunshine because wherever you saw her, she had the biggest smile on her face, and she just lit up the whole world wherever she was. Well, very interesting, her children run Chappy's Deli. And today we have with us David Barranco. And David, as you know, when Mama said you drink your soup, you drank it, didn't you?
There's no question, Jack. Yeah, and it was a command.
That's
to drink
right.
That soup, particularly when we were sick. Her chicken and rice soup, she fed it to us in gallon quantities.
Well, you know, an interesting thing. We're now into the throes of January. It's very cold, and we're looking for something that's, you know, and we want to lose weight too. You know,
Exactly.
It's right after the first of the year, everybody's got this thing, I'm going to lose some weight, but yet you want to eat nutritiously. Soups are one of the best ways to do it, aren't they?
No question. They fill you up, and they'll help you lose those pounds from the holidays.
Right, because a lot of times the vegetables, what people don't understand is that when you take the raw vegetables and then you put them into the broth and they start to cook, then all of a sudden all the broth is bringing in all the good parts of those vegetables.
Definitely, definitely. And that is one of the keys. And this soup, it starts with that. Of course,
Okay.
It starts with chicken.
Okay.
The chicken broth. Now, we've never given away Mama's recipe before. I guess we have her blessings to do this on the air. But,
you can do it.
all right. It starts with the broth, and that is the key. And
Okay.
we cook chickens at Chappy's, just like Mama cooked them at Chappy's. And chicken breast, chicken thigh meat. And we'll put in there celery and onions.
You know, David, it's important to let them know that when you're going to cook, if you can cook the more parts of the chicken, it's going to give it more flavor.
It does. It gives it the flavor, and then, and seriously, I don't know what it is about this stuff, but we have people sick coming in all the time, like Mom fed it with us, and I don't want to say it's got magical healing properties, but there's something in it that can knock that cold out of you.
We'll have to put a disclaimer under the screen here saying
It doesn't quite
we are
have
not registered doctors to tell you that.
But the broth, you cook the chickens in that, and then
Okay.
you save that broth. It's like gold, and we have to, of course, we chill it down and skim it so that you get there's a layer of fat on there. I don't know if chickens are fat or not, but it
There
comes
is some
from
fat
there.
on chicken, yes.
Sure, but we get that off of there, and so that's the key ingredient.
Because you're cooking them with the chicken skins on, right?
We don't.
Well,
we
okay,
don't.
you take it.
No, we take
you
the
peel
chicken skin.
even on the thighs and the drumsticks.
Everything. We
okay.
take the skin off.
All
But,
right.
and it's really just the meat cooking, and of course all the flavors, the salt, pepper, and everything, onion, celery, they all kind of, I think they do
Meld.
that interact. That's right. And,
That's right.
And give it that, of course, the great flavor, but
Okay.
somewhere that healing stuff comes in play.
Amen.
But it gets real easy from there to prepare.
Okay.
Broth being the big key, and of course you can use the chicken for more than chicken and rice, which we do for chicken salad when we also has a multi-use. But what the way we make it happen is we do rice, of course, as the base, and you want to have it undercooked a little bit because it's going to, a steamy hot broth is going to start cooking.
Okay, so the rice is not something that you add. You cook the rice right in with the soup then, right?
No, we do not. Cook
Okay.
the broth separate, cook the rice separate.
But then what you're talking about is when you're plating it.
Well, no.
Or-
When you're holding it on the pot, now you'll
Okay.
cook the broth on your stove first.
Okay.
And then once it is done or gets to temperature, the chicken's right. Pull your chickens out, skim your broth, chill it a little
Okay.
bit to get that skim off. Then reheat it. Then you would add, and I'm doing a little bit backwards, but in a pot you would add the rice to the broth.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is the key.
That's
and
the way
again,
it
I'm
would
going to do
work.
that a little
Okay.
bit different and see if,
look
if
at
I can do that
Look
without
how
making
nice.
a big mess there.
No mess at all.
Well, not yet. Okay. There.
You've got it. Let me move this. Are you done with this right now?
I'm done.
Okay, I want to move that out of the way so we can.
Yeah, and again, it's soupy, and with it being hot, that rice, there's a little bit undercooked, we'll start cooking.
Okay.
Now we'll blend in there, on the hot stove, you'll put a little bit of chopped celery.
Okay.
And again, that just gives it the flavor.
Yes, it's flavored in some nutrients,
It
too.
does.
Yeah.
It most definitely does that. And then we put in, of course, chicken for chicken and rice soup. It's a requirement. We had one of our mutual friends at Chappy's one time tell me, Mr. Ed Conti said, hey, untie that chicken when you're making the chicken and rice. But it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be a mound of chicken. You want the chicken
But there's
flavor.
still enough of it in there. Yes,
That is
plenty.
exactly right.
And I've had it there at your restaurant, and it is plenty of chicken in there.
It does. And then, of course, now this is on a stove, and it's still simmering. And you let this simmer about another 15 minutes, and then it's hot, boiling, and ready to go.
Okay, so it's very simple. It's obviously you're going to do the broth, and usually you can you can make the broth a day or so ahead of time, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You definitely.
Okay.
And which is what we do.
Good. And of course, Chappy's has locations in Prattville, and there's 3 locations in Montgomery: Pepper Tree, Perry Hill Road, and the one that's at Baptist South. And then, of course, there's one in Auburn also. So, and they're open 6 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Go to Chappy's website and learn all about all the wonderful things that are there. And we're going to have Miss Dolly say a fond farewell to us for today, because she is the sunshine of our lives. And we'll be right back right after this.